Welcome to this video on mosaics and frescoes, the decorative art of ancient Roman architecture. In this video, we will explore the rich history and significance of mosaics and frescoes in ancient Roman architecture. These two forms of decorative art played a crucial role in enhancing the aesthetic value of public and private buildings, while also serving as a means of communication and preservation of history and culture. We will delve into the evolution of mosaics and frescoes in ancient Rome, their significance, and their legacy that can still be seen today in the ruins of ancient buildings. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the fascinating world of mosaics and frescoes in ancient Roman architecture. Decorative art played an essential role in ancient Roman architecture. Mosaics and frescoes were the two most prominent decorative techniques employed by Roman artists in public and private buildings, depicting a wide range of themes from historical events to mythological stories, and even everyday life. This essay explores the history of mosaics and frescoes in ancient Roman architecture, their evolution, and their significance. History of mosaics in ancient Rome. The art of creating mosaics originated in ancient Greece, but the Romans perfected the technique and elevated it to a new level of sophistication. Mosaic art first appeared in Rome in the late 3rd century BC, and it became one of the most popular forms of decorative art in the Roman world. Roman mosaics were created by assembling small, colored tiles or stones, known as tesserae, into intricate patterns and designs. The tesserae were usually made of materials such as marble, glass, or ceramic, and they were cut to precise sizes and shapes to fit into the overall design. The earliest examples of Roman mosaics were simple geometric designs, but they soon evolved to depict more complex scenes, such as battle scenes, mythological stories, and portraits of famous people. The most famous Roman mosaic, the Alexander Mosaic, depicts the Battle of Issus between Alexander the Great and Darius III of Persia, and it is considered one of the finest examples of ancient Roman art. Mosaics were used in a variety of buildings, including public and private spaces, such as baths, villas, and temples. The floors of these buildings were often decorated with mosaics, which not only added aesthetic value but also served as a means of communication. For example, mosaics in public baths often depicted scenes of athletic competitions, signaling to visitors that they were entering a space dedicated to physical exercise and cleanliness. Evolution of frescoes in ancient Rome. Frescoes, another popular form of decorative art in ancient Rome, were created by painting directly onto wet plaster. The technique allowed the colors to merge with the plaster, creating a durable and long-lasting work of art. Like mosaics, frescoes were used in public and private buildings, and they were employed to depict a wide range of subjects. The earliest Roman frescoes were simple and monochromatic, but they soon evolved to become more colorful and complex. In the 1st century BC, the introduction of the second style of fresco painting allowed artists to create illusions of three-dimensional space and to depict architectural elements such as columns, cornices, and pediments. This technique became known as illusionism, and it was used to create some of the most famous frescoes in ancient Rome, such as those found in the House of the Vetii in Pompeii. The third style of fresco painting, which emerged in the late 1st century AD, was characterized by delicate and intricate designs, often featuring small figures set against a monochromatic background. This style was used primarily in smaller spaces, such as bedrooms and dining rooms, and it often depicted scenes from everyday life, such as gardening, hunting, or music making. In the 4th century AD, with the rise of Christianity, frescoes began to be used to decorate Christian churches and tombs. These frescoes often depicted scenes from the Bible, and they were used as a means of educating illiterate congregations about the stories and teachings of Christianity. Significance of mosaics and frescoes in ancient Roman architecture. Mosaics and frescoes played a significant role in ancient Roman architecture, serving both aesthetic and functional purposes. As mentioned earlier, they were used to communicate messages to visitors, signaling the purpose of a building or space. For example, mosaics in public baths communicated the importance of cleanliness and physical exercise, while frescoes in Christian churches communicated the stories and teachings of Christianity. Mosaics and frescoes also serve to enhance the aesthetic value of a building or space. They were often used to create a sense of grandeur and opulence, particularly in public buildings such as temples and palaces. The use of colorful and intricate designs in both mosaics and frescoes added visual interest and texture to walls and floors, and they were often used to create the illusion of depth and space in smaller rooms. In addition to their aesthetic and functional purposes, mosaics and frescoes also served as a means of preserving history and culture. Many Roman mosaics and frescoes depicted historical events, mythological stories, and everyday life, providing valuable insights into the beliefs and values of ancient Roman society. They were also used to preserve the images of famous people and events, such as the Alexander Mosaic, which depicted one of the most significant battles in ancient history. In conclusion, mosaics and frescoes were essential forms of decorative art in ancient Roman architecture, serving both aesthetic and functional purposes. Mosaics evolved from simple geometric designs to intricate scenes depicting historical events and everyday life, while frescoes evolved from monochromatic designs to illusions of three-dimensional space and complex narratives. Both forms of art served to communicate messages to visitors, enhance the aesthetic value of a building or space, and preserve history and culture. The legacy of mosaics and frescoes in ancient Roman architecture can still be seen today in the ruins of ancient buildings and in the preservation of ancient art. And that concludes our video on mosaics and frescoes, the decorative art of ancient Roman architecture. We hope you enjoyed learning about the history and significance of these two forms of decorative art in ancient Rome. From the simple geometric designs to the intricate scenes depicting historical events, mosaics have evolved into an art form that still captivates people today. Similarly, the evolution of frescoes from monochromatic designs to illusions of three-dimensional space and complex narratives is a testament to the ingenuity of ancient Roman artists. The legacy of mosaics and frescoes can still be seen today in the preservation of ancient art and the ruins of ancient buildings. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.